Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that, and welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series right here on Football Therapy, where I consolidate all the Chelsea news, what's been said around the rags, presented to you guys in a manageable package, let you know my opinion on the stories, then, more importantly, ask for your opinions down in the comment section below. And today we're talking about DOS stories. Both pieces of transfer news. I want to talk about Kai Havertz, shock, horror, and I want to talk about a defender that I've been looking at for some time now, and that is Dayot Upamecano of Leipzig, the young central defender who hails from France, who's incredibly highly rated. Could Chelsea be in for him? Maybe. But is he the exact kind of centre-half we should be looking for? Maybe. So we're going to be talking about attackers, Chelsea's need for this potential extra quality in the final third, like Kai Havertz, what Frank Lampard's been saying about the rumoured bids, and how Dayot Upamecano could affect Chelsea's backline. And if you enjoy daily updates about Chelsea Football Club, you should consider, I was about to say signing up to, that's definitely, I'm not asking you to sign up to anything. My brain isn't working. I also just realised I'm not wearing my glasses. The brand is falling apart. You know what, man? I'm not going to start again. You're going to get a glasses free, Jan, for the whole of this episode for something a little bit different. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you should subscribe. Come on, man. Daily videos regarding Chelsea Football Club. You might like it. A lot of you come back anyway and you're not subscribed. So do us a favour, mate. Please do hit the sub, the bell notifications icon there. That's helpful and important. And if you want to support your boy, please do like this video. Alright, let's get into it. Before we talk about superstar defender Dayot Upamecano, let's start with Kai Havertz, because it's been riddled across all media news outlets, the rags and everything. So a couple of days ago to a day ago, there was loads of news stories about Chelsea have put in a bid for like, what was it, like £80 million or 88 million euros or something, and Chelsea had started the process of buying Kai Havertz, or, you know, Bayern put a bid in, or Real Madrid put a bid in, yeah, but Chelsea put a higher bid in, and it spread like wildfire across Chelsea media. And to be honest, I would have reported on it if I hadn't been at the beach all day, so I kind of missed the train on that one. Anyway, it's positive gossip, rumours, I suppose. It sounded good. You know, we do know Chelsea are interested. We've seen that from, you know, German journalists as well as English ones as well. Apparently Chelsea are very interested in Kai Havertz, so when news leaks out and goes all over the headlines that Chelsea have made a big bid, you know, you're inclined to believe it, I get it. But Frank Lampard was quick to pour cold water all over said rumour in his pre-match press conference. Big Super Frankie Lampard said, no bids have gone in, which is a pretty cold and concise response to such speculative questions. But let's think about it, right, man? Even if Chelsea had put a bid in for Kai Havertz, is Frank Lampard going to be like, yes, we've put in a bid for £80 million and we're hoping that works? No! Frank Lampard is smarter than most coaches in terms of being media savvy and keeping his cards close to his chest. The dude isn't going to say anything. You know, I think he might have even spoken about the player, him being a good player or something. You know, the generic spiel that a coach, manager does, but says they're from another club, we're not talking about them, stop it, stop these questions, stop it, that kind of thing. So, yeah. What do I think? I think Chelsea are interested, and to be honest, man, just because Frank Lampard said that, it doesn't mean that Chelsea are not preparing this bid, this figure even. Perhaps there is a reason why it leaked out into the media, and it's going to happen, and Frank's like, well, it hasn't happened yet, so stop asking. But really in his head, he's like, I hope this happens soon. You know what I mean? The truth is, for all you fans of football and Chelsea out there who are not yet sold on Kai Havertz, I was kind of the same, although I've been watching him the last couple of years where he's had these explosive breakout seasons for Bayern Leverkusen. I perhaps wasn't sure he was where Chelsea needed to spend the majority of their money, but I've since been converted over the last few months because I used this game, Aston Villa, that we've just won, as an example. You know, everyone's seemingly saying Chelsea dominated, when the only thing we dominated in that game was possession. If you look at the XG, Chelsea had a lower XG than Aston Villa. I've talked about that before on this channel. And you need to be punishing teams. I think Chelsea, the way Frank Lampard wants to play, they are always going to be fairly vulnerable on transition. So Chelsea need to make sure they convert loads of chances. And something else that I've spoken about multiple times is beating down the opposition, like psychologically, mentally. As long as they feel like they're in the game, Chelsea is vulnerable. And we often let opponents feel like they're in the game, especially when we're conceding a larger XG than we're putting out. And I'm not saying let's just get loads of defenders. No, let's get these players to finish off chances and play between the lines and play more direct, so we can score 2 goals in the first half and make the opposition feel like they've already lost. So then they don't go down the other end on the break and score. Or at least feel like they always can and potentially win the game. You dig? Anyway, I personally feel like Kai Havertz is one of these people that could change the fortunes for that with Chelsea. Obviously, you know, Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner, these players will absolutely help, but bring them all in. Bring Kai Havertz in. Maybe this bid is legitimate and maybe it will go through, but for the moment, Frank Lampard is going, no, no, no. Of course, I'll keep you posted on all developments regarding this story right here on Football Therapy. So let's move on to another story and another player, and an RB Leipzig player. No, not Timo Werner of Chelsea, once of RB Leipzig. Technically, he's still at Leipzig, so it doesn't work. Anyway, I'm talking about Dayot Upamecano, centre half, 21 years old, Frenchman. Excellent, highly rated central defender. A lot of people look at him and be like, well, he's the perfect central defender to go to Manchester City and play under Pep Guardiola and be this ball-playing bad man. But he could come to Chelsea. Dayot Upamecano isn't left-footed. Obviously, Chelsea are looking for this holy grail of a left-footed defender. He doesn't fit that mold, but what he does fit in is a defender wise beyond his years in terms of nous and in terms of ability. He's only 21, but he hasn't got incredible ability. And rather interestingly as well, he only has 1 year left on his deal this summer. So even though it costs a lot of money, perhaps Chelsea could get him comfortably. Arsenal Football Club had been courting him for quite a while. They're in financial, not disarray, but certainly in a tight situation with their monies. So I don't think they feel like they can get Dayot Upamecano anymore. Maybe Chelsea can come in. Plus, you know, they're out here signing extensions to David Luiz, so, you know, they're sorted for centre halves, right? Perhaps another thing that might give Chelsea the edge, of course, is Timo Werner, currently a Leipzig player who's coming to Chelsea. Maybe 2 players coming to the same club. Don't know how often it happens, but perhaps that makes the players feel more comfortable making the transition. If Chelsea genuinely want to get a very talented centre half who's young, he could be a great option. But I know what a lot of people are probably saying while watching this video is Chelsea have loads of talented young centre halves. There's just no chemistry, there's no partnership, there's no seniority in the back line, there's no one taking responsibility. So perhaps when you talk about Chelsea buying centre halves, you're talking about someone a bit more dominating and who maybe has a left foot. And perhaps Dayot Upamecano isn't those things. Maybe it's a bit unfair to say he's not dominating, but I'm just looking at his age really and saying that. I mean, at the same time, look at Matthijs de Ligt when he was like a teenager. He was a dominating centre half. So I don't really know what his personality's like, Dayot. We'll have to look into that a little bit more, but still, very highly rated. I've been listening to like football podcasts for months now, and I hear people talking about him and reflecting on him and how really he's one of the best. And although Arsenal won him, people would not be surprised for him to go to Pep Guardiola's City, or indeed perhaps, you know, Real Madrid or something like that. He's that highly rated. So if Chelsea can bring him to SW6, can they develop him into the kind of centre half they want? Really, I think a lot of it now is coaching and building chemistry and partnerships, because it's not like Chelsea's centre-backs are all completely untalented. Christensen, Tomori, you know, Zuma, Ethan Ampadu, all highly rated in terms of ability. I don't know. And there's another one, Ethan Ampadu at RB Leipzig, of course, on loan this season. Maybe he could get in his ear and be like, join me and Timo at Chelsea. I don't know. Point being, even though I talk about the problem at the other end of the pitch, not converting, you know, possession into chances, which would increase our XG, we are still vulnerable at the back on transition. I don't actually think this is Chelsea's biggest problem, where a lot of people think it is. I actually think beating down the opposition using possession is Chelsea's biggest problem. Like, conceding the odd goal here and there like we do wouldn't be a problem if we're scoring loads the other end. And I want to reiterate what I said previously in the video. If you're scoring loads up the other end, the opposition are broken mentally and they're less inclined to score this odd goal. So perhaps, even with Chelsea's current defence, the goals conceded would go down as the goals scored would go up, with no potential change in personnel. You catch what I'm saying, man? Are you with me? Are you on the same page as your boy? I want your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below, so make sure you do go down there and express yourself on both forwards and defenders and what Chelsea need. Also talk about Dayot Upamecano specifically, as well as Kai Havertz, please. I want to get your opinions, man, so get down there. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video that I provided to you guys today, please do drop a like. Drop a like on the video for No Glasses Yannick. Please do. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you want to, consider following me on social media at Football Yannick on both Instagram and Twitter, mate. That's it from me. It's game day, I think. Jesus Christ, this early. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.